Hello, Mr. Kaczynski with you. Got the 3.1 Practice Your Skills solutions for you. Let's get right after it. Problem number 1, evaluate each expression without a calculator. Then we're going to check with a calculator. Okay. So we're going to do -2 times -4 because we do inside the parentheses first. That's 8 when we do the multiplication. And 8 plus 7 is 15, which should be our answer. Let's check it. Let's do it this way. Let's do by order of operations. 5 minus 9 is -4 times the -2 is 8 plus 7. There's our 15. All right, next up on the top, -4 times -8 is 32. On the bottom, -5 plus 2 is -2, and then we'll do the division. That gives us -16. So how about we'll do this all at once. We'll do -4 times -8 in our numerator, and in our denominator, -5 plus 3. There's the -16. All right, on C, we have to do the multiplication in the numerator first. -6 times -5 is +30. Then we can add in the numerator. And then we'll divide. 35 divided by -7 is -5. Check that math. I'll just do my numerator here. 5 plus -6 times -5. That's 35, and then we got to divide it by -7. And D, -9 minus 7, that's -16. -3 minus -4, that's like -3 plus 4, which is just 1. So this is -16. So I'll do my numerator, -9 minus 7. Divided by my denominator, -3 minus -4. And that does come out to -16. So there's number 1. Remember, you can pause anytime if I'm going too fast. You can also rewind. All right, first we're going to eliminate or estimate the value of each expression by rounding all numbers to the nearest integer, then find the answer using a calculator. Okay. So to estimate, I would think about that as 3. So 3 times 2 is 6. 4 minus 6 is -2. 10 divided by -2 would be -5. That's my estimate. As far as the exact amount, let's do 10 divided by 4 minus 2. I'll put that in parentheses. 3.1, I'll put that in parentheses, and then I got to end my denominator. And that comes out to -4.54 repeating. So that is the round or the exact amount. All right, B, so 6.2 is about 6, minus the 8 is -2, times 3 is +6, and then 6 divided by 5 is 6/5 or 1.2. Maybe you don't know that as quickly as I might. That's okay. Let's figure out what it is exactly. -3 times 6.2 minus 8, and then divided by 5.1 comes out to 1.058. About that. If we convert that into a fraction, 18/17, whatever. Let's just go with the rounded decimal. All right, on C, we're going to do -2 would be the closest integer, -2, which would be the closest integer here. That's -4. Times 7 would be -28. So 3 minus 28 is about -25. See if that works out. 3.2 plus 7 times negative 2.4 minus 1.6. And yeah, it's exactly negative 24.8. That was pretty decent. All right, 10 minus 6 would be 4 times 4 is 16. Well, we're going to call this 2 cubed, and 2 cubed is 8. So 16 divided by 8 is just 2. Let's see how close that is. I think with that exponent, it's not going to be as close. So 4 times 10.2 minus 6. Hit enter. We're going to divide that by 1.8 to the power of 3, which is 2.88, about 2.88. All right, moving on to number 3. Find the first 6 values generated by this recursive rule. Well, negative 14.2 is the first value generated by that recursive rule. Then we need to add 3.7, hit enter. That gives us our next value, which is negative 10.5. And then negative 6.8. Negative 3.1. 0.6. And 4.3. There's our first 6 values. Negative 14.2 being the first. Find the 7th term of each sequence. Start with 2.3. So that's going to be the first term of our sequence. And get from each term to the next by adding 0.9. So plus 0.9. That's our second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and then 7th. So 7.7. Yep, checking my answer in the book. I got it right. All right, next one, 53.4. That's our first term. And then get to the next term by adding negative 4.2. So add negative 4.2. That's our second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and 7th term. So 28.2. And our last one here, start with negative 3.5. That's our first term. Next, we're going to subtract 6.4. So there's second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and 7th. Negative 41.9. All right, last one here, multiple parter though. Consider this sequence, okay, pentagons. Copy and complete the table for the first 5 figures. So we're just doing perimeter, as in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's that 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's the 8. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So from what I can tell is every time we add a pentagon, we're adding 3 to the perimeter. So 4, 5. So this is going to be 14, and this is going to be 17. Write a recursive rule. So that would be 5, enter, plus 3, enter, enter, so on and so forth, okay? So there's our recursive rule. So what about the 10th figure? Well, here we go. We know the first one is 5, and then the second one is 8, and then 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. So that should be a perimeter of 32. I check my answer on that one. Yeah, I got that right. So that's our 10th. And now we want to figure out which figure has a perimeter of 47 units. So this is 10. This would be 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So figure 15. All right, there's all your solutions. Remember, you can pause, rewind, all that stuff. Ask me or Mrs. Kraft questions. We'd love to help you. Have a good one.